Hanhart Fly Navy AEROSPHERE unboxing and the embargo coming attractions release of the AQUASPHERE. Let's check it out. Welcome to this hobby of embargo watches, this hobby of coming attractions. We got another bit of PR from my good friend Felix at Hanhart. Felix, thank you so much for the confidence in sharing this wonderful information with me. On wrist today is, of course, my AEROSPHERE, the Fly Navy, and I'm racing to get this episode out in time with the embargo release. This one just came in from my last, Hanhart dive watch embargo video, and so pleased I could have it on wrist and on deck today, because it's going to share pretty much all of the specs of the AQUASPHERE we're going to look at today. This one happens to be on an NDC strap. Come on, where's the camera? Oh, it's the strap our good buddy Jacko made in collaboration with Scott at Watchistry. Adore it. Borrowed it from the Tudor FXD MOD by D and Friends to get it on wrist today, because I wanted to show you the physical strap that that my Fly Navy came on, along with its bracelet, and what better way to do it. Don't forget, the second collaboration with CountyCom is underway. I don't think the video is going to be out as of yet. I hinted at it in a previous video, but these are spring bars. I rang up Mike at CountyCom and said, Mike, we need the good ones. So he went and sourced 18 millimeter, 19, 20, 21, and 22 spring bars in 1.8 millimeters diameter. Solid, strong, and epically good spring bars you can trust. A link in the description. Don't forget to use our discount code to get you some. So a little bit of a precursor before you see this. I don't have the AQUASPHERE on hand on wrist. I do have this one, same specs, but this is like a coming attraction, something that's going to be out there very soon. And I tell you what, Hanhart does do blue very, very well. And without further ado, let's get into it. Let's see some Hanhart goodness. And bam, look at her, look at her go. The Hanhart AEROSPHERE Fly Navy on none other than my NDC strap. This happens to be the one that is partnered with Scott from Watchistry, the Marine Nationale author, MN, on the clasp there. What's up, Jacko? What's up, Scott? Hope you guys are doing well. Had to put it on there if for no other reason than that absolutely epic yellow line from the strap running into perfect alignment with the yellow accents on this gorgeous little baby here. Plus, it'll give me an opportunity to show you the straps that come with the kit, which is going to be the same for the AQUASPHERE should you buy it in that configuration as well. That shall be useful. Let's put some dims up on the board so you can see what we're looking at here, what we're working with. Show me what you're working with. 42 millimeters diameter, 49 millimeter in the lug to lug, which is what's going to help it wear better on my 6.5 inch wrist, and a very polite, just under 13 millimeters tall, 20 millimeters at the strap. Thankfully, no UGG width. Of course, 300 meters of water resistance. Looking oh so good. She's rocking with Docket for sure. And Sapphire, of course, 38 hours of power reserve from that Salida SW200. Now, this edition is limited. I think you can still get these out there. So check watchbuys.com in North America. Check hanhart.com worldwide. And gorgeous. Get you some if you can. But if you cannot, then the watch we're going to embargo review today, the Hanhart AQUASPHERE, is not limited. Real quick, we always go for the bracelet, double push clasp there, and these really wonderful double easy release, what do they call it, quick release spring bars to get the end links out there. Awesome. Now, this is the fabric strap that they include with it. Very comfortable, supple, nice shade of blue, and it's their version of a flexible strap with these clasps here. It's a little bit to do to try and figure out how to get that on there, but thankfully they do send you a little instruction kit. I shall have to go through that at a later date. But for now, the Fly Navy wants to take this strap away from the Tudor FXD, and why not? I think this might be an even better match on this one. Let us head over to the embargo materials, shall we? To test all the functions and robustness in practice, Hanhart gave its prototype to the deepest German free diver in apnea diving, Fabio Tuno, to take a trip this year. Numerous dives in Germany, in the Blue Hole in Egypt, and at the World Championships in Corsica were successfully completed with the Hanhart on hand, on wrist. The AQUASPHERE Freefall Blue mastered all the extreme situations perfectly. A little background on Fabio himself. He's an exceptional athlete in every respect. At the Freediving World Cup in Sharm el-Sheikh, he set 5 German national records in freediving and is considered one of the very best professional freedivers in the world. As a professional scuba and freediving athlete, in his own words, he has to be able to rely on one thing 100%, the time. The AQUASPHERE has supported me perfectly as a coach and athlete at competitions this year. Whether diving on the picturesque reefs in the sea or in the depths of the local lakes, I can simply read off my dive times. At his diving school, Fabulous Freediving, anyone can immerse themselves in the world of freediving, which is about much more than just holding your breath. For Fabio himself, the experience in the water is a very special one every time he dives. In Fabio's own words, "For me, the element of water is more than just H2O. It calms me down, energizes me, and teaches me more about myself time and time again. Whether swimming, snorkeling, or diving, our lives need water." For the first time, the manufacturer from the Black Forest, Hanhart, which specializes in pilots and motorsport watches, is presenting an independent dive watch series with their first model, the new AQUASPHERE Freefall Blue, with a 42mm diameter. The traditional brand wants to be measured against the best diving watches on the market, and they are here to do it. The inspiration for the new collection was the proven Primus diver, whose best features were incorporated into the development of the AQUASPHERE Freefall Blue. By combining the technical precision and modern design, Hanhart has set a new benchmark for itself with this model and offers a watch that is not only powerful, but also visually refined down to the finest detail. In this shot here, we can see the case back, which has that more or less a relief of the, I believe that's a relief because it's extending out from the case back of the underwater scene. And you know me, I do love me some Hanhart Blue. One of the major differences you'll note from this model compared to the Fly Navy is there is no date on this one. You really don't need to know the date when you're underwater, and from a symmetrical standpoint, it looks pretty much amazing without it, just as is. Let's check out some deets and get up in your business, AQUASPHERE. So we saw these deets earlier whenever we were looking at my Fly Navy. Again, there is not a date complication here. 42mm, pretty much a standard size for dive watches these days, despite some brands moving towards 40. As you can see on my 6.5-inch wrist with the Fly Navy, it fits very, very well. And I think that's partly to do with a polite 49mm in that lug-to-lug. 12.95mm tall, giving you that 300 meters or 30 atmospheres of water resistance. Of course, we've got sapphire. We've got 38 hours of power reserve being generated by that Sellita SW200-1. And I have to say, I knew this one was coming. I was talking with Felix about prepping the Fly Navy, and because I was considering buying one, he said, well, we do have another one coming out. It's under embargo, can't talk about it yet. And I was like, you know what? I really fell in love with the Fly Navy, so that's why I went with that one. And I think you can still get some of those. So if you want that configuration with the date, or if you want to hang in and get one of these, I think you really can't go wrong with either one. Here's a quick shot at its loom. That ceramic bezel is fully loomed up. And with that numerology, you're going to be able to read that pretty much anywhere. And side view, we're looking at that Hanhart signed crown. It is, of course, screw down. And those lugs, you'll see they borrowed those lugs from the Primus line. On the Primus line, which is quite a bit larger, they articulate. They don't articulate at this level, but you don't really need them to because they are more or less semi-tapered downwards. And, it's going to fit you rather well. Like you saw it on my 6.5-inch wrist. And, 42, 43 is typically pushing it for me generally. But I pull it off flawlessly. Lovely piece, and I do have a soft spot for Hanhart hands. I think the hand sets on watches are one of the first things that will attract me to a watch, and really well done, especially with that red tipped one right there. It's kind of like a spear, kind of cool. And here are the official deets from Hanhart. I'm going to leave this slide up for a minute so you can take a read. we've pretty much covered all of this business. I don't know that I mentioned that it's a 60-click bezel, unidirectional as of yet. There's that. Pricing is in the middle in euros. And don't forget, you got to back out the VAT if you're going to be ordering it in non-VAT regions. Gosh, who passed 20% VAT, or I'm sorry, 19% VAT back in the day? That is an awful lot. No VAT for me. But then again, I'm ordering from the USA. And when I order my Hanhart, I get them from watchbuys.com. They are absolutely fabulous. I've been buying from them for years, well before I knew Felix at Hanhart. And it's just such a pleasure to be able to get the brand in country. It's very easy. If you're looking to buy in Europe, obviously hanhart.com. If you're in the Pacific, Southeast Asia, not quite sure. I think there are probably some AD networks there, but right hanhart.com, they'll get you the right location. I don't want to give you bad information. I've never lived there nor ordered there, but I do know that Hanhart is very popular, certainly in Japan, and in the region, speaking generally. So here we have it, on strap, on bracelet. Can't go wrong with either, but you know how we do. Buy it on bracelet, order the strap. The Hanhart bracelets are, very, very good. One of the few manufacturers that has that double push, is that push button? Like the spring bar, easy, double quick release spring bars to get its bracelet off, which I just think is so awesome. It also has the double push on the clasp and some micro adjustments. And I think you'll love it. Hanhart makes a great product. We know that from their flight watches, and now we know it from their dive watches too. Felix, thank you for making an awesome dive watch, and thank you to watchbuys.com for sorting me out, getting that to me. Very grateful to Hanhart for entrusting me with this embargo information. It's a sign of trust, and building that relationship with them. I've admired their watches for years. I've been buying them for years, and now I finally get to work with them a little bit on these little PR escapades on the embargo stuff. So consider it a coming attractions. I've got mine. This is my diver. If you have opportunity to get hands-on with one of them, I recommend it absolutely. But check the specs. My wrist is 6.5 inches, and it fits me wonderfully. So if you're above that, it will certainly fit you well. If you're below that, I don't know, you may want to consider it is a proper 42 millimeters purpose-built diver. So just consider how it may work for you and size-wise on your wrist. I have absolute confidence in it to perform as an instrument, as a tool watch, and I can't wait to get out there, especially, I don't know, am I going to keep this, my NDC strap, or is the FXD going to just sit over here in its jealous little pouch, wanting to get its NDC strap back? You know what? I may just have to buy another strap from Jocko for it so that the two dive watches aren't fighting with one another. Who knows? Anyways, I'm a nut, and I am rambling on, and it is time to get on with it. Thank you for coming along the ride. Hope that you enjoyed the video, and that wherever you are in this wonderful, beautiful hobby of ours, you are blessed. We will catch you in the next one. Peace. If you'd like to support the channel, head over to hobbyofhours.com. We've got artwork, coffee mugs, hats, t-shirts, and even a watch book. 1001 Watch Designs, Volume 1. Over 1,000 designs in here. Steampunk, super futuristic, kaleidoscope, even super real ones. Watches that you could probably put on your wrist today. It's a great way to support the channel. Thanks for coming along on the ride.